Vediamo invece adesso una testimonianza di Gunter Pauli, ambasciatore del Terzo Paradiso e fondatore della Blue Economy. Si prepari poi Alice Rigo Saitta.
Thank you for having me at this fashionful planet, Open Parliament. And thank you to Pistoletto and Maestro for inspiring me so much on the way forward. But let's talk to each other now in a very straightforward way. Do you know that the first textiles were made by the pre-Columbian cultures in the north of Argentina, the highlands of Bolivia, and the areas of Peru, where the guanaca and the vicuña have been delivering the fleece? 10,000 years ago, these animals, like the vicuñas, were not prepared to be domesticated, but every 2 years it would be possible to shear off the fleece, and that would give the fleece jackets, the first fleece jackets in history that protected the local cultures from the freezing cold at 3,000-4,000 meters altitude. And very few people realize today that the vicuña in particular is not a high-end luxury good. These are the custodians of the ecosystem at 4,000 to 5,000 meters altitude. And if we don't realize that we have to develop an economic model where we have space to conserve the permafrost at 4,000-5,000 meters altitude, which is now being destroyed by, excuse me for saying it, the pee of the cows that we have been forcing and introducing to them. And when the Argentinian government today is having a culling program for the guanacos, the animals that have been living there, whereas we have introduced the sheep to create a wool, then I ask myself, where is the dialogue with nature? Where is us human beings listening to what the ecosystems have created and to what we know is working well? It is quite impossible that the beauty of the highlands of Latin America, just like the lands of Mongolia, have been eradicated with this desire for ever cheaper cashmere. The cashmere has to get cheaper and cheaper, and as a result we're having more and more grazing in the Mongolian highlands, up to the point that we are overgrazing and destroying the mere basis of the ecosystem that has supported the Mongolian production of this incredible cashmere. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to go beyond debate about the recycling. We have to talk about textiles that are regenerating the ecosystems. And by having guanacos, vicuñas, and by having the Mongolian goats and sheep as our sources of extraordinary products, we have to learn how to do much more with what nature produces, instead of us forcing nature to always produce more in our insatiable desire to be these efficient, cash-focused individuals that want to achieve profit, and puts planet only in the window. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm an entrepreneur. I am someone who had the great fortune to create the brands like Ecover. I'm very privileged to be chairman for the past 10 years of a company like Novamont that is bringing the bioplastics into the equation. But I do not want to have the debate just on biodegradation. It needs to be on sustainability. And sustainability is only viable when we engage with nature. And the first thing we have to do is observe, and listen, and see how the magic design of ecosystems can inspire us to have sustainability with ethics at the core of all our business activities, including the fashion. Thank you.